Hi there, welcome back to JD Answers. Today I'm going to show you step by step on how to install this hardwire kit into your vehicle. Alright, the first thing we need to do is figure out where the fuse box is at. It's usually on the side of the driver's side or even the passenger side, or it's located right here. And for this car, this accessory holder behind there is going to be the fuse box in there. What I want to do is just take off this panel here, and there's a screw right here that I could use to take off. And behind these paneling here, there's a bolt that I could take off here, and that will take off the panel that I need to take off. And then on the top, it's going to be a clip here and a clip over here. So let me go ahead and take this off. And there's a clip here. This is the fuse box, and what we need to know is which one's the constant circuit and which one's the switch circuit. The way we do that is we test the fuses, and usually we get this circuit tester here. And what this does is it has a little probe at the end, and it has this clip at here. And what you do is you ground this in your vehicle, and usually there's a bolt by your fuse box. And I'm going to ground it right here to the vehicle. And this is where I ground the circuit tester. Now the vehicle is turned off, and to find the constant circuit is pretty much to find the fuse that works. And what you do is you get your probe and you put it on one side. And when the light turns on, that means it's a constant circuit, and that's the one that we need. And you only need to test one side of the fuse. You don't have to test both sides. All you need is one. So when you go to your next one, you see if it turns on. Here you go. That one turns on. I'm going to go to the one on top. And you see where it doesn't turn on. That means this is a switch circuit. It only turns on when the car is on. All right, I'm going to go to the next one and see what happens. I'm just testing one side of the fuse. There you go. You got another one on. Nope. Nope. And the ones that are not turning on is going to be a switch fuse, which means we could use that one. All right, so most of these are a switch circuit, which only turns on when the car is on. I'm just going to double check some. Okay, there you got another one there. If I could get it right in there. Okay. All right, so now we know which ones are the constant circuit, and it looks like these two 15. Now, which pretty much means that these are all a switch circuit. So before we turn on the car, I'm going to go to the fuse box and see which one we could use and look at the two that we just did. So we look at the diagram for the fuse box. The 15 amp fog light and the 15 amp stop light are both that we could use. But I really don't want to use the stop light, so I'm going to use the fog lights here. And for the switch circuit, on the right side, you'll see a CKG, which is a cigarette lighter, which is a power socket really. And so that will be a good one to use. But let's go ahead and test it first by turning on the vehicle. All right, so now I'm going to get our circuit tester and test it. And you can see the light on. Now what I'm going to do is turn off the vehicle and see if it turns off. There it goes, it turns off. So now we found the ones that we need. I know it's bright, but I had to adjust the exposure so you could exactly see what I'm doing. One problem I realized is when I'm installing this hardwire kit, it comes out very, very easy. And the reason is because the terminals are way low inside. The enclosing around the hardwire kit or the fuse is high. It has a large depth. Therefore, when you're trying to put a fuse tap in there, or this one here inside there, it doesn't have enough room. I'm sure your vehicle might be okay, but for this vehicle, it has a deep end in there. It has to go in real deep. Whereas the other hardwire kit I took out, you can see how it has a long, thin edge. And this one, the end is wide. which is the black part. That black part is getting wide where it gets closed in there. It gets caught in there. It won't go deep inside there. What I'm gonna have to do is pretty much cut off the ends of the yellow and red and put a different type of fuse tap in there to make it work. It's not a problem. It just takes a little time. I should get this done in 5 minutes. I found the fuse taps that I need. So now all I got to do is cut the yellow and red wire. And then I just attach those fuse taps to there. So let me go ahead and start that. All right, I got them spliced using the wire cutters. And now I just got to join them together. All right, I'm crimping them together, making it tight. Got the other one done, nice and tight. All right, I got the fuse taps ready, and you can see I put the fuses in there. Now, if you notice, the original fuse is closer to the 2 prongs, and the newer one is behind it. So now that we know which fuses we need to know exactly how to insert the fuse tap into the fuse holder, because one side has power and the other side doesn't. There's a certain way that it goes. So let's test each side. So we test this left side. There's nothing turning on, and the probe does not turn on. The circuit tester does not turn on. So we're going to go to the other side, and you can see how it lights up. Turn it off. There it goes. So the right side has power, so now we know exactly how to put the fuse tap in. And for the next one, again, the left side we test. Nothing. Right side. There you go, as it turns on. So for the constant circuit and the switch circuit, the right side has the power. All right, to install these, we have to make sure that the power side is at the end. So basically what we're going to do is, since the power is coming on the right side of the fuse, so we're going to go ahead and install it straight in like that. All right, I got the first one in. You can see it right here. All right, the next one's going to go here, and we're going to install it exactly the same way, exactly like this, straight ahead. Now, when I install this, the dash cam probably going to turn on. All right, there you go. You heard it on. That means the dash cam is working. Turn it off, it's going to go into parking mode. And then when I turn off the car, it'll exit parking mode. And let me show you that real quick. All right, so the way parking monitoring works is like this. When you turn off your vehicle, it enters parking mode, which in this case is enter time lapse. And then when you turn on your vehicle, well, it's going to exit the time lapse or whatever type of parking monitoring that you set. All right, there you go. It's all installed. Now, if you need to know how to route the wire, I got a previous video on how to do that, and I'll put that next in case you want to see that. So now we're going to start from the top. Measure a distance that you think you would need for your dash cam, which for me, I think it's going to be about right here, this much length. And then I'm going to go to, since I'm running the wire to the left, I'm going to put the wire on the right side of the rear view mirror. That way when it's going to the left, the rear view mirror the handle is holding it. So I'm going to put it about right here, and then underneath, I'm just going to push it in with my hands underneath the headliner. And that's going to start you off there. Now let's get a different angle. Now this is a perfect time to use that pry bar that came with the HARDWIRE kit. So I'm going to put the cable against the headliner here. With this pry bar, I'm simply just going to push it in. That's how easy it is. All the way to the end. Now to the side, we have this A pillar here that we're simply just going to tuck the wire in. I'm going to clip it on this left side first. You see how I put this A-pillar down? And then that way I could just slide this wire in. Alright, we got some slack here. All I'm going to do is just pull it. Pull the wire, and then retuck. There it is. It's already all the way to the side here. So now let's change our angle. Okay, now that we're on the other side where we see the A-pillar, you can see where I took it out here. All we're simply going to do is just tuck it in. Or you can simply just move this headlight, this weather strip proof out. You don't have to pull it all the way out, just enough where you need to put the wire. I slid the wire in here. I could go ahead and now restart and put this weather strip back. And it simply just pops into place. Alright, before we put that all back, I want to go all the way to the bottom. So I'm going to pull this weather strip out a little bit more until the kick plate meets the side, which is right there. So again, I'm going to push the wire behind there, and where the kick plate comes in, I'm going to push it in between. It's very tight there. I'm just going to push it with one hand and go in there. And the pry bar, just push it in. It's all the way in. Now I can just put the weather strip back. All we got left is the slack now. And we're going to put it behind here on the top. We're not going to put it by the brake or by the gas pedal. We're going to put all the slack behind there. All the slack is right behind here. You can see some of the wires right here. See how it's on towards the dashboard here and away from the pedals. All right, looks good. All the wires are hidden. Everything's on the headliner, and it comes over here to the rear view mirror. Now, even if you think you have too much slack, all you got to do is push the slack more underneath the headliner. That's how easy that is. If this video was helpful for you, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that from you. If you're interested in purchasing the HARDWIRE kit, I'll put a link in the description down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and select all notifications for all upcoming videos. And also, when you subscribe, you actually bookmark this channel. And in case you need to reference this video back, well, you got a place right here. And I also got other videos in the description too. What is G-sensor? What is loop recording? How to transfer files from your dash cam to your computer, and how to format your micro SD card. If you have any questions or comments about this HARDWIRE kit or any products I have, leave in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.